Greetings, everyone. It's Naomi Wolf, and I'm here with one of my absolute favorite guests. I always have such fascinating, fun, free-ranging conversations with her, and it's Dr. Hadar Elbaz of the Wellness Company and Vibrant Glow. Welcome back, Dr. Elbaz.
Thank you so much, Naomi.
So I'm just going to share my screen while I read her bio because it's a fabulous
More things were added to the bio recently as I just finished another certificate in naturopathic medicine.
Oh my goodness. Is this the right bio for me to read from?
It's the not updated one, but yes, you can go ahead and read that.
Well, she's from Israel. She finished her military service there and then moved to New York. She attended Hunter College. She found her calling in holistic healing. She went on to complete a master's in traditional Chinese medicine at Pacific College of Oriental Medicine in San Diego in 2006. Then she graduated as a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine from the same institution in 2017. Just in case you weren't feeling inadequate enough, she is an Ironman triathlete and a double bronze Olympian in the Jewish Olympics, and she continues working with athletes and elite athletes, treating not only injuries, but helping with prevention. She's passionate and knowledgeable about functional medicine, and she explains what that means. She's also committed to helping others with detoxifying the body from the toxicity of heavy metals and chemicals found in food, water, vaccines, and the environment. She utilizes nutrition, herbs, supplements, and acupuncture to help facilitate pathways for effective cleansing and detox. And she's opened her additional online practice using functional medicine to create a vibrant glow from the inside out, whether that's through holistic weight loss, detoxification, graceful aging, or immune support. And unlike her acupuncture service, this new functional medicine practice uses specific lab testing and treatment programs to get rid of the root causes of what's keeping us not feeling well or looking our best. And I want to add whatever your latest credential is, please, Dr. Elbaz.
Yeah, I just finished another certificate in naturopathic medicine. And I'm just launching, this is in production finally, for my skin oil for anti-aging, but also scars and stretch marks, graceful aging, and all that beautifying stuff. So yes.
I love it. What's it called? Is it also Vibrant Glow?
The Vibrant Glow by Dr. Hadar. Yeah.
Love that.
So I'm very excited about that.
I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Will it be available from the same website or another website, or how do we?
Once it's done with production, then it's going to be available probably on Amazon and my website and different places. Yes.
So exciting.
And I will let you know.
Give us a teaser of what's in these products.
A little teaser. I'm going to have to keep
We'll have you back. We'll have you back to talk about it properly.
Exactly.
All right. Maybe we should save it. Then we shouldn't spoil it. All right. Well, I just want to, before we get into our two subjects today, which are autism and a shocking announcement from the FDA. Oh my God, my head explodes. I just want to kind of vouch for the Vibrant Glow. I know, because I shared it with you, that you all know that I actually engaged Dr. Hadar Elbaz to scrutinize my body and my internal processes. And as I described, I created biological samples that I won't detail. I sent them through the mail to her. She received them. She tested them. I guess she didn't receive them personally. A lab tested them, got results. It would be a bit too much if she received them personally. And she gave me very, very detailed direction about what to do for my own health. And I cannot sing her praises enough. Honestly, I largely healed from, what was me. Yes. And between Dr. Hadar Elbaz and the amazing Dr. Henry Ely, two of the most gifted healers, they both gave me instructions about how to heal a bunch of stuff that could have gone very badly wrong. And also, I wasn't trying to lose weight, but I lost 2 dress sizes with no
amazing. Yes. Yay. That's toxins coming out. When we detox the body, that's what happens.
Isn't that interesting? And I really like it as a formerly anorexic person that I didn't even have to pay attention. I just, felt like not I felt like eating when I was hungry, not eating when I wasn't hungry, eating nutritious food. I had no weird cravings. And I wasn't trying, and everything just aligned better. It was incredible. And I have so much more energy.
Yay.
Again, I'm not going to go into detail, but she put me on a detox. We've talked about this. And this woman is amazing. I feel like we've broken a barrier in our personal relationship because I sent her, at her request, photographs of things that I won't even describe to you. And I'm like, am I harassing this woman? Is she going to call the police on me? But she really meant it. And she identified, what was happening in my body, and it was transformational. I have one more round to go. And she also prescribed ivermectin, which I will take after my next detox round, my next parasite cleanse round, which is coming up. And I just can't thank you enough. And I feel it everywhere. I feel it in my skin, my hair, my nails.
See it. You're glowing.
I have the vibrant glow.
Yes, you do.
And it was so easy after you gave me some, really detailed corrections, like interventions, not even corrections. And I love that it was so easy. So I just want to thank you for that. I know that, it's a lifelong journey, and I'll probably be back to you in the future for, checkups and corrections of whatever, might deteriorate in the future. But for right now, I just want to really, really thank you.
Oh my gosh.
So
my
much
pleasure.
Comfortable, and I feel so good now. So hooray.
I'm so honored. Thank you so much for sharing it all. And I'm so grateful that you're feeling much better. And this is why I do what I do. This makes me so happy. And this
happened to you a lot, that people are like all glowy and feeling well.
When they feel better, when they detox, when they cleanse out excess toxins and things that are not wanted in the body. And suddenly it's like, oh, it's clear as a beautiful, bright, sunny day. And you feel better, and you lose weight, and everything is better. Yeah.
And the other thing that's incredible is mood and clarity of thought. I mean, I thought I was doing pretty well, but in retrospect, I think these like parasites or toxins affect the brain.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
So now I'm going to get all my loved ones on it. You are amazing. So I can't thank you enough. And everyone, it's Vibrant Glow. You got to go reach out to Dr. Hadar Elbaz.
Thank you so much.
Now, of course, let us talk about autism. There's been a lot of news about autism from the White House, especially because Secretary Kennedy of the HHS is launching a study of what's actually causing autism. And you wanted to bring us your wisdom and knowledge about autism.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a sensitive issue. I mean, there's so many kids that have now been suffering from that. So if you look back in the day when there were hardly any vaccines on the CDC schedule, now we have about 70 to 90 vaccines up to age 18, which is insane. Imagine having a brand new baby born on day 0, they are getting a Hep B vaccine, right? Like, why? Are they sleeping with prostitutes? Are they doing IV drugs? Why do they need it? The amount of aluminum, 250 micrograms in one needle, that 180 pound or something like crazy will not even be able to tolerate it. So a baby who is weighing 3 to 5 pounds or something so tiny, why are they giving it to them? Or however many pounds or kilograms they're weighing, hardly any. Why are they giving it to them? So now we're seeing increase in autism. It's an epidemic. And so now we're seeing 1 in 31 overall in autism. Back in the day, it was 1 to 10,000. You didn't even see it. You don't even see it in the Amish culture or people who don't even vaccinate, right? And if you are a boy, your chances are higher. It's 1 in 20 boys. If you're a boy in California, you are doomed. 1 in 12.5. This is statistics. This is all data. 1 in 12.5 boys in California will have autism.
Oh my God, that's
this doesn't even include, ADD, ADHD, food allergies, asthma, like gut issues, so many other health issues that are occurring because of those jabs, because of the heavy metals, thimerosal, aluminum, and other heavy metals and other adjuvants in those vaccines. So we are seeing this literally, and increasing in rates. And guess what? Inorganic aluminum has a lifetime of 20 years in the brain. A lifetime in the brain for 20 years, right? This is crazy. And if it's not enough, they always say, but you're eating canned foods or you're eating this. Ingestion versus injection are two very different things. When you're ingesting, you are absorbing, what is it, about 0.1% when you're ingesting. But when you're injecting, you're absorbing 100% of this. And guess what? Aluminum crosses the blood-brain barrier. And this is where they start headbanging and not speaking and staring and crying their brain out because they have enlargement of the brain. They literally harm the brain. So this is really alarming. And this is why RFK is, and I'm hoping that they will eventually get those adjuvants out of vaccines, although no matter what, they're not safe, nor are they effective. And I have so many friends who never vaccinate their children. There is not even one issue. They're not sick every week. They don't have, infections or ear infections or fevers or, sinus infections or coughs or bronchitis or pneumonia. None of those things. Versus those who are vaccinated. I know people who vaccinate their kids to no end. They're constantly sick. Constantly. There is no well visit care at the pediatrician. It's vaccine visit care because that's all they do. Yeah. So I highly recommend do your research. This is not a medical advice. Do your research. Read about what is in vaccines. What are the adjuvants? What are the risks versus benefits? Are there any benefits? Everyone should really do their research.
Yeah. Wow. That's so sobering. I mean, I knew the general outline, but the specifics you just gave of, we're literally injecting brain damage into these kids and these poor boys. I mean, what a master plan. You're basically taking one boy in 12 in California out of commission as a fully functioning human being. Hey everyone, it's Naomi Wolf of Daily Clout. Have you ever wondered why your brain can feel foggy even when you're eating clean and exercising? It might not be burnout, it could be parasites. Groundbreaking research from Dr. Alan McDonald reveals a direct link between chronic parasite infections and neurological diseases such as multiple sclerosis. Parasites can cause inflammation, nerve damage, and long-term cognitive decline. More reason to do a full body cleanse at least once a year. The Wellness Company has a solution for you, ivermectin and mebendazole, the gold standard parasite solution now combined in one cleanse combo designed to eliminate harmful invaders and support your immune system naturally. Medical grade, not some trendy herbal gimmick. Fill out a quick intake form and you'll get a 3-month supply shipped straight to your door. MAHA is officially here, and the Wellness Company is making hard to get medications digitally accessible so you can live your best life. Head to dailyclout.health and use code dailyclout to save $60 off plus free shipping on all orders. Cleanse your body today. Get rid of parasites today. Thank you. This is so scary. It's so dark, and I can't believe it's not the number one issue, of all the issues. I mean, I can't believe, even though I'm kind of mad at Secretary Kennedy for other reasons, I can't believe he faces so many headwinds just saying, let's not poison our boys and girls with this terrible, terrible disease. Now, are you saying, Dr. Hadar, because there's actually, I've loved ones, junior members of the next generation who deal with some of these issues. Are you saying that after 20 years, a kid who's on the spectrum might not be on the spectrum?
Really depends what they're doing. Are they detoxing the child? How old is the child now? Are they detoxing? Back in the day, there weren't as many vaccines, as I said. Today, unfortunately, there's too many. And are they, vaccinated according to the CDC schedule? Are they detoxing the child? If they're vaccinated according to CDC schedule, I highly doubt it that they're even detoxing or even aware that this is what's causing it. Because remember, they keep debunking the whole statement that it does cause autism. And they keep showing articles, no, it doesn't, it doesn't. Of course it does, because if your brain is not functioning, and if your brain is swollen, right, and if you are banging your head, if you're having those correlated symptoms right after a vaccine, of course it does. It is correlated. There is no doubt and no question. It's like, why?
Common sense. If you inject aluminum into someone's brain, it's going to affect their brain. It's going to cause inflammation at the very least.
Aluminum and thimerosal, especially because they cross the blood-brain barrier and affect it right away. It's like, when you give a child peanuts and they immediately go into anaphylactic shock, you never give it to them again.
Of course.
You give them penicillin, they get really sick. They recommend don't give it to them again. But then they get vaccines, they really die. They either die or get autism or get brain or get fever or something. And they're like, oh no, it's not a vaccine. Wow. Where is the common sense here?
Zero, none.
Right.
So Dr. Hadar, how would you detox a child, like a 12 or 13 or 14-year-old child?
Any age. Mm-hmm.
How would you do?
So heavy metal detox is something that I also give my patients, but zeolite, for example, is one of the best ways to help detox, and it has a different charge than the heavy metals, so it catches them, especially in a cage, and literally flushes it out of your body in a more delicate way than chelation therapy. Binders like chlorella, charcoal, and zeolite will help. Fulvic acid, humic acid, broccoli extract, things like that will literally catch it and then bind it out, really help detox. And you want to make sure you do it in a very delicate way. And of course, you want to use saunas. You want to make sure the child is going to the bathroom, having a good bowel movement every day, that they're sweating, that they're playing outside, that they're not inside stuck under the computer or phone all day, every day, and are going to get sunshine, going to sweat, going to play. Eat dirt, as far as I'm concerned. Get things out of your system, right?
You're the second person today who's told me that we should be eating dirt.
Really? I didn't. I mean,
microbes.
What I mean. Yeah, exactly. You need to help the gut, heal the brain, detox that. And zeolite crosses the blood-brain barrier. And these help cross the blood-brain barrier and detox it.
Wow. That's okay. How do you sneak zeolite and chlorella into a child's body?
Great question. So zeolite can come in different forms, and some come in pills. I like the spray one that is tasteless. So you can literally spray it in water or put it under their tongue. They have no idea what they just consumed. They don't even taste it or anything. So they wouldn't even know. That's the best way. You can put it in smoothies, sneak it in smoothies.
Clever.
Chlorella in smoothie, it does not taste like much, unlike spirulina that tastes more fishy and more green. Chlorella really doesn't taste much. Wow. And if you add the fruit and the wild blueberries and some fruit and some greens, make sure you're feeding their body with good greens, folate, right, from the greens, antioxidants, and the purple fruits and the green vegetables, and then the detoxifier, and add that on. You can do baths as well on top of that, like humic fulvic acid baths. So you put that powder in the bathtub. It's going to paint it black, but it literally leaches out stuff from your body as well.
Really? Humic fulvic acid? Fulvic.
Humic and fulvic acid. Yeah, which I love. Okay. So Cellcore, which is a company I use a lot for parasites and different metals and different detoxes, have humic fulvic acid in a powder as well.
That stuff is quite expensive, but I think you would say that it's an investment in your health.
Oh, it's 100% investment. Nothing is expensive until you have medical bills. Right. That really gets expensive. If your child is sick, this is priceless. Right. I had to remove all of my mercury amalgams, like, I don't remember how many years ago, over 10, 12, 15 years ago, or even more, almost 20 years ago, because I was so sick for a while. And I had horrible thyroid issues, chronic fatigue, splenomegaly. I was all inflamed. And that's one of the things. Of course, I was, back in nursing school, I had the Hep B vaccines. Unfortunately, I had 2 rounds, and I was like, I am as sick as a dog. I am never again getting any vaccines. That's what woke me up to research all of those things, because they literally forced it on you. And I didn't take the flu shot because I was like, I'm not taking that stuff. But I took those, and I said, okay, wait a second. There's something in that that I was so sick. When I started detoxing and cleansing my diet, cleansing my body, my tongue coat was black.
Oh,
From heavy metals.
oh my God.
Because I was so toxic, military vaccines, high school, and then nursing school. I was toxic. That's why I was sick. That's why I'm practicing what I do today, because I was the sick patient, and it took me hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, and many, many, many years to figure out what is wrong with me. From one doctor to another, they all said it's in my head.
Oh my goodness.
Sure, it was in my brain, but they didn't mean it like that. When it was in my entire system, but no one could figure it out until I found holistic doctors and one to the other, and how to detox, what to do, what not. Literally, I had the full picture. Eventually, after so many years, I figured it out. It's a never-ending project. You have to take care of your body. Your body is a shrine. Do not neglect it. Detoxing every day, sweating every day, making sure you're, excuse my language, pooping every day, right? In a good amount. And yeah, when you detox parasites, you see them out, as you know, as well. And that's not a bad thing because they're coming out. Right. But it's just a lot of trial and error that I had to go through until I figured it out. And this is why I practice what I practice and I help people, because you know what you need to do.
Have you ever seen a patient of yours on the spectrum become better, less on the spectrum as a result?
I've seen a lot of patients get better, period, whether they were on the spectrum or really sick or had chronic fatigue or had, you name it, they've had it. They've reversed symptoms pretty well, with autoimmune as well and other diseases and spectrum. You can do that. You can reverse the symptoms. And I've read so many people who of patients and other doctors, patients who report back after detoxing. So it's no joke.
How does detoxing relate to autoimmune conditions?
So when you have autoimmune, you have inflammation. Inflammation, to me, is the root of all evil, right? Inflammation is what causes disease. When you're acidic, when you're inflamed, that's what leads to autoimmune, because autoimmune, your body attacks itself because of high inflammatory markers, because there's a lot of toxins. And unless you're cleansing out those toxins, unless you are really downgrading and downloading your body's toxic environment, unless you're doing it, you can't heal in a toxic environment. So autoimmune is your body attacking itself. It's due to high inflammation. And when you lower inflammation, your body literally reverses inflammation. Because I had autoimmune, I had Hashimoto's at one point. Wow. And I had, if you saw my neck 20 years ago, even 12 years, I don't know how many years ago, I was super swollen. I had cysts all over my throat, my thyroid. I didn't do anything Western. Everything I did was holistic, and changing my diet and cleansing removed everything. Thank God. Everything. Yeah. So you can do it. You can reverse disease if you do the right thing, if you follow protocols, if you continue and you don't go back to square one by thinking, oh, I've done it, now I can go back and eat all that and inject and do whatever.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, I have come to the sobering realization. I know the health community is already there, but it took me a while. It's not a quick fix, right? It's a lifelong commitment, and you can't just be like, woo, whiskey and cigarettes time.
No, you can't. Right, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm grateful. Well, can we talk about something else in the news? Hi, everyone. It's Naomi Wolf. The American healthcare system is broken. Big pharma charges an arm and a leg for their products, while insurance companies are focused on growing healthcare spending. So I'm always researching ways to take care of myself naturally. And one of the most overlooked factors is improving your blood flow. That means more oxygen and nutrients to your brain, heart, muscles, All our bodies need a little extra help as we get older. I use Blood Flow 7 from Juvenon. It works by boosting nitric oxide levels 230% and opening arteries up to 62% to improve blood flow. With just one dose a day, it's helped improve my stamina, energy, focus, and it supports my heart health, all without caffeine or stimulants. It's doctor formulated, scientifically backed with premium and natural ingredients. I wouldn't share it if it didn't work for me and for people I love. So go to www.bloodflow7.com/daily clout or click the link in the description below to learn more today.
Sure.
I couldn't believe this. And I know you have thoughts about this, but Marty Makary, who's head of the FDA, there's been a big scramble in HHS this week. Secretary Kennedy fired his chief of staff and I believe her number 2. And that's kind of a big deal. And he also leaked, or I don't know if he leaked, but someone from HHS leaked to the news media, the independent media, that Marty Makary, who's head of the Food and Drug Administration, is allegedly announced that babies and children would get the mRNA shot while Secretary Kennedy was on vacation. To me, like, I love RFK Jr., I'm mad at him for a bunch of reasons. I'm, mostly the mRNA injection not being withdrawn. But to me, that seems like a my dog ate my homework kind of answer.
Right.
It's not good enough. But leaving all that aside, Marty Makary did something I cannot believe this week, and it's getting almost no attention. But my career was in feminist nonfiction for decades and women's health. A lot of the books I wrote were about women's health and wellness. And so this was such a shocker. Marty Makary gave an announcement that they're pushing, and the FDA isn't even supposed to be pushing things in terms of health. They're just safe and effective agency, but that he's pushing hormones for menopausal women and postmenopausal women and hormone replacement therapy. And he very misleadingly said, they're going to have a drop in heart attacks, but he didn't mention that they're going to have a rise in cancers, breast cancer, cervical. Right. You know exactly what I'm going to say. And I cannot even believe that he's taking this approach and making this announcement, because I'm old enough to remember when feminist health practitioners were coming out for decades saying, hey, stop the hormone replacement therapy. It's, stop the estrogen and birth control pills at such a high level. It's causing breast cancer, uterine cancer, cervical cancer. What is your
right.
about what you just said?
Yeah, I haven't seen that headline. However, I'm in perimenopause myself. So I had a period of time a couple of weeks ago where I was having horrific, for like 2 weeks, hot flashes out of nowhere. And I was like, what is this? And I was just hot, sweating. Suddenly it's like fire. And so I started taking more Chinese herbs, doing more acupuncture on myself. And of course, I actually did take
acupuncture on yourself.
Oh, all the time, every day.
Okay.
It's like magic.
This is really tough. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I sit here at breakfast or at lunch, take an acupuncture nap, I call them. And I put needles in my legs in certain areas, or my abdomen, on my arms, or my head. And I fall asleep and I float into a deep meditation, and I just wake up like I slept 10 hours.
Wow.
It is amazing. But that also helps balance hormones. And so with perimenopause and menopause, a lot of it is adrenal burnout. And I am 100% adrenal burned out because I train for races. I have another national championships coming up in 3 weeks. I'm launching my new business. I'm working. I just have a million things, and we are burned out. Our adrenals is our little spare organs above the kidneys that literally can also create the hormones. And if we are burned out, that's not going to help our menopausal flashes and symptoms. I did jump on for a very short period of time for a bioidentical progesterone. I would never recommend estrogen to anyone, though. Estrogen is not your friend necessarily. It can be, sure, it can help with heart disease and stuff. But the amount, especially if you're on birth control, which is not bioidentical, it is synthetic. And that changes your whole body's chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
That's very different than bioidentical hormones.
Mm-hmm.
If I were, again, to get on anything, it would be progesterone, small amount, little dosage here and there, not every day, just a little to help, but also boost your adrenals,
Mm-hmm.
boost, your energy, your kidneys, get acupuncture, get chiropractic, do Chinese herbs, certain herbs. You can, eat certain foods, good fatty acids, right? So certain things that you can do, but I will never agree on estrogen, especially because it's not bioidentical. You can get bioidentical, but I don't like that. Still estrogen. Progesterone is your friend more so than estrogen, because progesterone counteracts the estrogen effect. And if you are estrogen dominant, which can be for most women premenstrual, so if you have symptoms like, let's say, 2 weeks before your period or a week before, where you have severe breast tenderness, severe irritability, weight gain, water retention, headaches, you name it, and these are estrogen dominant, because estrogen hasn't dropped and progesterone is not really kicking in to help that drop of estrogen. So progesterone can help, especially bioidentical. And most progesterone is bioidentical, but progestine, which is in birth control, I would never take it. And I don't recommend any women who are trying to regulate their menstrual cycle in high school, trying to prevent, pregnancies, or anyone to take birth control. This is not a medical advice.
Right.
Ladies, mothers, parents, children, I'm not giving you medical advice. Talk to your doctor. However, I am not advising to take birth control, because that changes your body's chemistry. That will make things worse later in life. That can really mess up your body and also deplete you from B vitamins, zinc, and other vitamins and minerals. So I don't recommend that.
Totally. And just for the record, when you say don't take birth control, granted it's not medical advice, you mean hormonal birth control. You're not saying don't use condoms, don't use.
Correct. Yeah. Right. Definitely use condoms. Use, if you're not allergic to latex. If you are, there is sheepskin or other things that you can do. If you are on a ring, I like the copper one better than the hormone one. But talk to your GYN, talk to your doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice.
What do you mean by a ring? Is what we used to call an IUD?
IUD. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Sorry, I meant an IUD. Yeah.
Isn't it weird? This probably doesn't mean anything to you because you're a different generation, but to me it's weird that there used to be diaphragms and spermicides available everywhere. And, that's a barrier method. It's not 100%, but it's very accurate when you're using it properly. And I think young women are just not told about diaphragms anymore. What's your
view? I never hear that anymore either. Look, I'm 47. I
never would have guessed. Aren't you flattered?
Really? Thank you.
We're a generation below that, but go ahead.
So I never heard about that growing up, but again, that was 30 years ago when I was in high school. So, which is crazy.
You mean they didn't tell you about diaphragms? That wasn't an option that they gave you?
No. Wow. Even IUDs wasn't an option then. And they tell you, if you're a woman who hasn't had children, do not put it. Do not use it. And when I was married, TMI, but I did have it, it wouldn't last in my body. My body rejected it. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, I highly recommend barrier methods, and I don't know where you have to go to dig out diaphragms these days, but
talk to your GYN is what I recommend.
You know what, Dr. Hadar, unfortunately, and I'm kind of jumping in here as a very cranky, I have young women that I love a lot, and they go to their GYNs. The GYNs will not tell them about diaphragms, or they'll say they're outmoded or that they don't work, or it's a massive erasure. They barely tell them about IUDs. Yeah. They just want them on the pill, on the pill, on the pill, on the pill.
Which I don't know why. It is so bad for them. I don't know why they're putting them on the pill.
Because it's money every month, I bet this is an interesting thing I should follow up on. I bet there's some sort of bonus system for prescribing the pill and hormone replacement therapy, just like there is for vaccines with
Yeah,
pediatrics.
I don't doubt it. Right. And Depo, that shot, Depo, is carcinogenic. I don't know if you've seen that. I just read about it, and I think it was talking about cancer-causing shot. So I would highly recommend avoiding that. That's the kind of shot that stops your period for 6 months or a year or something crazy. You never
that's going to
want
be healthy. Who's going to think that's a healthy choice?
It's not, because you're suppressing your liver getting that blood out. When you're suppressing your liver, when your liver is stagnant and liver blood is not flowing out of your body, that leads to more disease. That is not healthy.
Oh, that sounds like the opposite of detoxing also.
It's exactly the opposite. Imagine everything just gets, this is the liver. I'm on the right side here. This is literally what stays in your body instead of flowing. When you menstruate, you detox, right?
Right.
That's a good thing to have happen. I would still, if I could have my menstrual cycle until 100, I would, because it's not bad. But, I prefer that over menopause. But yeah.
Well, that's another conversation. I mean, I fully feel like Western discourse and Western medicine has pathologized perimenopause and menopause. You have to stay healthy and well at times like this. You know that I often have suffered from mobility issues, and now I don't. Part of my lifestyle is Native Path collagen. So Native Path's collagen formula is made with ingredients that are scientifically developed to increase bone mineral density, support tissue recovery, reduce wrinkles, enhance hair thickness, and strengthen nails. Who wouldn't want more collagen with all of these benefits? So right now, when you visit getnativepath.com/dailyclout, you can stock up on Native Path collagen for up to an incredible 45% off today, plus free shipping. Every order comes with a 365-day money-back guarantee. You can try it risk-free today. It is a single ingredient formula with no fillers, additives, or artificial sweeteners, and it's third-party tested for heavy metals, which makes sure that it's pure and safe. It's flavorless. You can add it to anything. I add it to my oatmeal. You can add it to coffee or smoothies. Its formula makes it more bioavailable, meaning it's absorbed more easily and mixes without clumping. And the best part is Native Path is offering amazing bundle deals, 3 or 6 packs at a fraction of the price of other brands. With over 4 million jars sold, 1 million happy customers, 8,000 5-star reviews, and a 365-day no-risk guarantee, Native Path is a trusted choice, and they offer an 800 number. You can ask any question. A real person is waiting to help. You can join a private Facebook community. I love these people. Share recipes, success stories. So that's getnativepath.com/dailyclout and start your experience of transformation today.
They are.
And made it, like, branded it so unattractively.
Yeah.
Like you could completely rebrand menopause, right? And the life after menopause, which doesn't even have a name. And you could brand it, you can have sex anytime with no mess.
Right. That's true. That's the beauty about menopause or perimenopause. You can't get pregnant, supposedly, unless it's like a miracle. Unless you're married, unless you're biblical times. I don't know, but
exactly.
But yeah. And
I mean, there are all kinds of. I'm sorry, I don't mean to
go on.
TMI, but I just think it's so interesting that the women I know who are actually post-menopausal are like, party, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Especially if they've taken care of themselves and they've got lots of energy and so on. And, their partners are not complaining. There's a lot of freedom that opens up, when you're not in that cyclical state.
Right. No, it's much nicer. Believe me, it's better for many reasons. Sure. Especially if you take a little bit of progesterone, that makes everything so much better in a few ways that we're not going to talk about. But if you want to talk about sex, we can. I can mention.
We should, because a lot of women,
want to hear.
What they hear from the bad branding of perimenopause and menopause is you become not sexual anymore. And so I mean, obviously.
So let me tell you.
Go ahead.
What can you do?
Say what you really think, Dr. Hadar.
If you feel low libido, vaginal dryness, right? No sex drive, all that stuff, a little bit of progesterone. Not only is it going to make you like a waterfall down there, ladies,
goodness,
are you listening? It's going to make sex so much nicer because you're not dry anymore, because you literally have that fluid in there that just makes everything so much nicer. And you have a higher libido and you're just interested more. Surely make sure you find a mate that you love being with, right? That's important, of course. That's going to help everything.
So when you say a little bit of progesterone, I mean, don't you have to find an OBGYN who will prescribe?
You don't have to find OBGYN. You have to find a natural, either holistic doctor or a nurse practitioner or a medical doctor to prescribe it.
Are you able to prescribe progesterone?
I don't prescribe progesterone. I do have a friend who is a nurse practitioner. She prescribed it, and I still have more to pick up, but I haven't used it. I used it in a few days, and I was done. Wow. And I probably could get on it, but as long as I don't need to, I'm not going to try. Right. So now I use an herbal one that my boyfriend actually gave me in a supplement, in the liquid one, and I'm not familiar with the company, but he gave it to me, and there's it's great, and it's still progesterone with MCT oil and different things that are more natural.
You have to send me the link, or
I don't know the link. I will ask him for that.
You've got to ask him, because I think a lot of people, like my
instinct is
not to touch anything pharmaceutical unless I absolutely have to. But if there's an herbal progesterone equivalent that I can play with, I'm very happy to, even though I'm so happy with my life stage. But can we talk about perimenopause for a minute? Because I see women in their 30s and they believe, or they're told, or TikTok is telling them that they're perimenopausal, and they're very upset. And it's a lot of upsetting messaging. When I was in my 30s and 40s and 50s, I don't even think that term existed. I think it came in maybe 10 or 15 years ago. So what is perimenopausal, and is it a real thing, or is it a branding effort by Big Pharma?
Oh, no, it's a real thing. Perimenopause is, so let's go back. Menopause is 12 consecutive months of no period. And you can test, so perimenopause and menopause, you can test your hormones. You can test your follicular stimulating hormone, FSH, your luteinizing hormone, LH. If they're both really high, you know you're in menopause or perimenopause. Estrogen and progesterone, if estradiol and progesterone, if they're low, you know you can be in perimenopause or menopause. For perimenopause, you can start having irregular cycles, but you still have cycles. They could be every 2 weeks, every 3 months, every 2 months. They can change, they vary. Menopause is 12 months consecutive, because once you have another cycle in those 12 months, you're still not in full menopause. It's shocking and disturbing that women in their 30s now are turning into menopause, which I think it's all from the vaccine, the COVID. If you mention 30s or people or women not getting, or in peri, that's from the jab, because that vaccine has completely changed, shifted, and caused so many women to have amenorrhea, which is lack of period, or perimenopausal symptoms, or any of that. And that can be because of the vaccine. So
that's why I'm hearing about it.
It's unfortunate.
Because I really
30s should not have perimenopause.
They shouldn't, right? I'm hearing this and I'm thinking, wait, what?
Yeah,
that can't be right.
Mid-40s and up, that's more normal. Yeah.
So I'm just processing what you're saying, because I can't believe I didn't think about this. Of course, with all the menstrual disruption that this injection causes, there's going to be, I'm not surprised. I just haven't thought about it. There's going to be disruptions in the transition from, what is it called? Menstruating to perimenopause.
Yeah, perimenopause to menopause. Yeah.
My God. So a lot of women are going to go into early menopause. That's tragic.
Yeah.
So they're going to have fertility problems in their 40s.
They have, a lot of them do. And unfortunately, thanks to Pfizer and Moderna and all these other beautiful companies, that's what's happening.
Are you seeing that in your own practice?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it many times. And this is where the spike support from the wellness company comes in place too. You want to detox that spike. whether you are vaccinated or not. You always want to make sure you detox that, because that spike is circulating in your body. And now they just did a study, and I literally just found it. Where is it? That a study, and I just read it. Oh, wait, I just picked it. 7 times long vaccine patients have 7 times higher spike burden than long COVID patients. So they've literally done the study with, oh my gosh, the camera disappeared. Where is it?
No, we still see you. You're fine.
I don't see you. That's great.
Don't worry about me. Just keep talking.
I found it. Yeah. So you can detox it, and I highly recommend you do. You can test for it with LabCorp, I believe, will have that test as well.
Okay. And if people contact the wellness company, they'll instruct them about how to test for it, or if they contact
They can.
you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Is there anything else, because we've come to the end of our time, sadly, is there anything else from what we've discussed, especially related to hormones and hormone replacement, that women can do, maybe short of the interventions you described? For instance, you said there's food that women can eat. It's like,
sure.
What sort of
yams, wild yam, and I know you can do a cream. You can eat maca. You can take maca root, which can be also phytoestrogen. Any phytoestrogen, just make sure it's organic. You don't want to just go eat soy. You want to make sure it's organic. You can do fermented soy, like miso, and fermented soy will help. Again, and make sure you're sleeping, because when you sleep, you're regular. Don't stress also, because when you're stressed, that's easier said than done. Higher cortisol will lead to more stress in your body, will reduce your hormones, will make it way worse. So sleep, get acupuncture, get chiropractic, get massage, get outside, exercise, you move your bowels, move your body, sweat, take your supplements, eat probiotics, prebiotics, eat good foods, and stay away from fried foods and seed oils, and eat clean. Take care of your body.
It's always so inspiring to talk to you. I could talk to you all day, but we have run out of time. So where do people find you, and how do they reach out to you? How do they find you on social media?
Sure. My Instagram, The Vibrant Glow, or dr.Hadar Sophia with a PH. So dr.Hadar or thevibrantglow.com, and the wellness company will also have my information. So yes.
Fantastic. So great to talk to you. And thank you all for joining us. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Naomi. Always a treat.